Hello everybody and welcome back to Stellaris, where last episode we technically lost the war against the against the Galactic Information Entente. I just started reading the whole title there, member of the Galactic Information Entente. No, we were fighting all of them. And honestly, I'm pretty happy with how that turned out, considering how poorly prepared we were before the war broke out, and considering how well we performed versus this entire sector here. I think we did really well, all things considered. So I'm pretty pleased about that, but we need to prepare for our revenge. We need to clean this up. We need to get them kicked out of here. We don't have designs on taking over their whole territory, right? We want to get our stuff back. We want to not have these border gores. This one we can handle basically any time now. We should be able to do that literally right now. Right? Right, I think so. But I want to go through our worlds here quick. We've got this mining world. This is maxed out. There's nothing else we can do here, so I'm going to resettle this over to a different mining world. There we go. Fantastic. Now we've got this agri world. We don't really need additional agriculture. Do I have a Ministry of Production on here? This is kind of a industrial world. Can we put one in? Yeah, if we had 21 additional minerals. I'm going to buy in 1,000. Cool. We'll put in a Ministry of Production there. This tech world, we need more minerals. System Capital Complex. Cool. Beyond that, that looks good. The Cache Compose is not currently doing anything, and let's get it building a hyper relay. That'll be helpful. The Cache Reconnoiter is out over here and not doing anything right now. I'm going to head that over to Cosmalian Prime to assist research. Are we done surveying these over here? No, we're still working on these special projects. So that'll be a little bit yet. Some of these may expire before we get there. We'll see how that goes. But for now, that looks reasonably fine. Now, I wanted to take a look at our new star bases here. And yeah, we're still upgrading our ships, so that's completely fine. Reactive armor, cool. So we'll get back to those upgrades in a bit. Defense platform hull points is not a big deal for us. Mining station output is something that I'm very interested in, with our mineral situation being where it's at right now. We could definitely use some of that. So we'll do that. That should, I think, fix our economic woes, with the exception of the volatile motes. This generator world
detritus reprocessed for a cleaner galaxy.
It's not much of a generator world. I'm going to put in a city district here. We need to produce more exotic gases and volatile motes, right? That is definitely a thing that we need. Hello, I don't necessarily want to zoom in here. We've got Ilix Prime, and this has 2 building slots. I'm going to first put in an exotic gas refinery. Yes, this is not going to help our volatile motes, which we're going to need to buy more in. And I'm going to sell off some food here, and I'm going to buy 5,000 additional minerals. Okay, so we'll do that for now, and that'll keep us afloat for about 16 months on the volatile motes. That will put us positive on exotic gases. And we're going to need to fix the volatile mote problem, obviously. Now, how are we doing on our upgrades? We're almost done, actually. Beautiful. So with that being almost done, we'll just wait for this last one, and then we're going to have a little bit more of upgrades that we're going to do here.
Upscaled.
Wait a second. Oh, that's upgrade to Citadel. Never mind. Okay, so what I want to do is I want to hop into our ship designer, and I want to go for this. I'm going to get rid of the afterburner on our frigates. I don't think that the evasion here is really worth it. The sublight speed is nice, but let's get rid of that, and let's put in reactive armor onto here. So we'll do that, and then on our destroyers, I want to ditch the afterburners as well, and we'll put in reactive armor here. There we go. On our cruisers, we're going to ditch the auxiliary fire control and put in reactive armor. And on our battleships, same thing. Reactive armor here. We want to harden all of this. And on our Titan, we're going to put in reactive armor as well. Cool. I'd really like to get more than plasteel armor. That would be awfully nice. What is currently... Right, we went for mining station output. That should be done in 10 months. Okay, So we've got these star bases over here. We're going to get those upgrading. That is, the current top priority is just upgrade them. We're going to get them ready, and we'll station... Let's see, we're going to have a total of 4 shipyards with this. And we have 6 fleets. Noted. That doesn't exactly divide evenly, but it doesn't need to, necessarily. How are we doing on upgrading our Ruin Science Nexus here? We've still got another 3,800 days on that, so that's okay for now. I do want to head out to Cam, but we are currently lacking the rare crystals for that. We may need to buy some in, and I'll buy in 1 chunk for now, and we'll get this hyper relay queued up. Do we go take out Zoltan once we're done with these upgrades? I mean, we need to queue the upgrades. That would be helpful. There we go. We'll get those upgrades going. They're going to go very, very quickly.
Ships
We're
upscaled.
basically done already. And there we go. We're done with those upgrades. So we could go take out the enigmatic fortress here. And we should easily be able to do this, right? Wait, some of these are still upgrading? We're probably short on rare crystals to upgrade them, aren't we? Yep, that's what it is. Okay, so we need rare crystals for that.
Ships
That's
upscaled.
noted. So I'm going to sell off some dark matter here. And we're going to use that to buy in additional rare crystals. I think they're all going to be
Ships
queued up by now.
upscaled.
Right? Right. So that looks good. We're still working on this
Ships
out over here, of
upscaled.
course. Cool. Now we're on to our last location.
Ships upscaled.
Okay, now this is properly upgraded. Now we're going to head out to Zoltan. But I want everybody to just chill here. We'll get there at slightly different times, I think, depending on leader traits. I guess we can grab some ship weapons range. They're going to arrive all at the same time. Okay, so none of them have a sublight boost, so that's fine. Cool. Now, of course, these stations, we're going to keep upgrading them. I do want to get this upgraded to Citadel, and I want to get some of these guys upgraded to Citadels as well. Do we do that now? The answer is yes, for 2 of them. We don't have enough alloys to upgrade this one to a Citadel. We'll get there. We're making 541 per month, which is not ideal, but it's not terrible either. So we currently have an alloy foundry on here. I wouldn't mind a Ministry of Production if we can get one, and actually we can. But we're lacking volatile motes for that. Okay, we definitely need to work on our volatile mote situation. I'm going to sell off some exotic gases now that we can definitely do that, and I'm going to use that to buy in several volatile motes here. We'll put in our Ministry of Production, and that will help increase our alloy production here by a bit of a chunk. This aggro world here, what do we want? To be honest, just an industrial district. It's
Research actualized.
fine. Mining station output finishes. That's nice. Man, still no armor up. Oh, wait, there it is. There's the armor upgrade. How long has that been chilling here? We probably got it from our debris, right? I'm pretty sure we got it from the debris. It must have just popped in since the last time we checked here. We're going to grab Durasteel armor for sure. That is of absolute vital importance that we get that. Next up, we're going to head into Zoltan, and we should easily defeat the enigmatic fortress here. That's the idea anyway. We're still doing some special project checks here.
Competitive
This
station
one we're
engaged.
almost certainly not going to get to. Yeah, we're not going to get to that one. But we're now taking out the enigmatic fortress. And we should be able to take this on. In theory. Oh yeah, this is fine. This is not a problem.
Combat detritus reprocessed for a cleaner galaxy.
Beautiful. So this is going to time out down here before we get there, I'm pretty sure. We'll see. With the defeat of the defenses surrounding the ancient structure, we may be able to find a way to explore its mysteries. Entering and traversing it may be difficult, but whoever built it must have possessed technology we can hardly dream of. Making matters more arduous, the fortress appears to be recovering. Some of the people who helped disarm the fortress have volunteered to attempt entering and exploring it, with backup from the headquarters on Entropy's promise. Following through on our end will no doubt present its own challenges. I can never remember the proper way to do this. Despite the ages of technology separating us and the builders of the fortress, one invention is timeless: a closed door. After having forced the fortress to shut down, we found all entrances sealed. The team dispatched to explore the fortress have found an airlock which at least appears possible to open from the outside, if it had been in working order. We'll find someone to assist the team.
Situation log
So
revised.
we are going to grab the cache reconnoiter over here. We're going to research a project in the system. Which one are we going to do? Well, it's going to be the local power surge. So it's only the one that we can do here. So we'll head there, and we're going to leave just the planned swarm here. That should be capable of keeping it from regenerating, I think, because it regenerates at, like, no HP. The rest of our forces are going to return to our shipyard here, and that'll be fine. Now, I do want to get Halvam upgrading to a citadel. That'll be doable as of right now. Beautiful. So that's looking good. We're going to run out of volatile motes in 12 months. That's fully expected. What is our current deficit of those? 11? Yeah, that's slightly gross. This Forge World has a job slot open. I really want to put in an industrial district here. But we need to handle our volatile mote situation. No doubt about that. Can we build habitats yet? Only hyper relays. Okay. So we don't have habitats yet. Habitats are very good for the strategic resource production. Durasteel armor is about to finish, so that's going to be a very, very big deal for us.
Research
Now,
actualized.
this guy is just sitting here, and we should definitely head back to... Where were you? Nightbirth? No, you were in Tiamat, weren't you? Yes. Assist research there. So head on back there. Beautiful. And there's Durasteel armor finally done. I think from here, we're going to... I can't pass this up, but this is so good. It's between kinetic battery and metallurgist output. They're both so good. I'm taking the metallurgist output for now. Kinetic batteries would be really nice to have. But for the moment, that's not what we're going for. So we're going to go through here, and we're going to upgrade our ships to have level 4 armor now. Finally, at very long last, we get level 4 armor. Beautiful. Okay, so next up is going to be our cruisers. There we go. We'll get that upgraded. And then our battleships looks good. And finally, the Titans, which we don't have any of those built just yet. There we go. So that's now done. These will, of course, need to be upgraded, and that's going to be pretty quick and pretty cheap. So that's fine. No major deals there. But that is going to be a very, very significant upgrade for us. No doubt about that. Still lacking in a thing here? That's... Okay, they did queue up. It just took it a bit. Noted. So that'll take a bit for that to upgrade. That's fine. And we're heading over into Zoltan right now. Beautiful. So, I can never remember the correct way to do this, but we'll see if I manage to get it here. One of these times I'll have this memorized, but this is not that time. So we'll see. There is a correct way to get through this, but I always trial and error it.
Special project
Okay.
actualized.
So, we go with the higher estimate, I'm pretty sure. Having stabilized the ship's connection to the power system of the fortress, we must decide how much energy to supply in the first surge. Since the technology is unfamiliar, the exact amount is difficult to determine. 2 estimates are available. So we're going to go with the higher estimate. It was powerful enough to cause the reignition of a deeper energy source within. Okay. So that was the wrong one.
Competitive fleet.
So we're going to take this guy out.
Scientific asset lost.
And it blew up our science ship. That's very rude. Very rude indeed. We're going to need to get a new one. But this fleet should be capable of eliminating this fortress from this point. It's still substantially weakened from its initial point, right? So that's fine. It will take a few losses. We may need to reinforce this fleet at some point, or just swap it out. That's a potential option. Ooh, building slots +1. That's hard to pass up right now. Ancient suspension field would be really good. But for now, we'll do this. Okay. Give the go-ahead. We'll find someone to assist the team. Cool. Where's that science ship at? Did we not move that up in the queue here? Oh, okay. It's automatically going back up when it finishes things. Shift-click to move it to the top, and there we go. Beautiful. We didn't actually choose this. Okay, there we go. Have we ever expanded our council? Oh, wow. We're still a ways away from it. 152 more months. That's... Okay. That takes a very long time to do. Perhaps too long, to be honest. Perhaps too long.
Ships upscaled.
So we're finishing up these upgrades eventually. That's definitely making progress. We're also going to be getting our new star bases upgraded to Starhold very shortly. And we should get those upgrading immediately.
Upscaling complete.
So we're going to get this to a star fortress, this to a star fortress, and this to a star fortress. Perfect. So that's looking good for now. Our science ship is ready to be sent out, and we are going to put this guy in there, actually. And we're going to go research this project. And we can put in, I guess, Spark of Genius, but it doesn't really matter. Oh, we just ran out of volatile motes, didn't we? We did indeed. We're going to buy in 300 of them. And let's check in on jobs. And actually, the cache compose isn't doing anything. We should head over here and build a hyper relay. There we go. Wua Prime is an industrial world. Ideally, we put in a Ministry of Production here. That doesn't help our current volatile mote situation, but that's what we'll do for now. We've got this industrial world, which is just full. So we're going to resettle this onto, I don't really know where we want this to go. Maybe this mining world, since it has the most, or at least a decent number of jobs available. We'll do basically the same thing here. We'll move this over to, say, this agro world, where they will immediately be put to work. So that'll be fine for now. And now we know we go with the lower estimate. So that's good. Do we need to reinforce this fleet? I mean, eventually. Eventually, yeah. Absolutely.
Ships upscaled.
Okay, are these guys all done at this point in terms of their upgrades? Oh no, we've got a ways to go. Cool. We do have a tradition that we can take here. That will give us damage versus starbases and finish off supremacy. So that gives us the War Doctrine's policies. And from here... what do we take? Can we get Master Builders? Yes, we take Master Builders. Does that increase this right now? Yeah, that went down to 2,000 days remaining. So that's excellent. That is much, much better. So that's looking good. And these upgrades will finish slowly, eventually. I think we're going to send the first contract enforcement fleet out here now. And then we'll bring the Plan Swarm back once they get there, and the Plan Swarm will head over to Nightbirth. Cool. So we're working on this right now. We know that we need to get the lower estimate.
Special project actualized.
There we go. At first, the amount of energy supplied to the fortress seemed too small to make a difference. Then the area surrounding the airlock slowly started to show signs of functioning. With some mechanical tricks and guesswork, the team accessed the controls and managed to open the airlock itself. Although not by the cleanest docking procedure, they're now inside the fortress. Let's hope we can also get them out. Okay.
Ships upscaled.
Beautiful. So let's see what else we need to work on here. I believe we need to continue to research this. No, we just need to wait. Okay, it's a timeout thing. That's fine. No worries. What do we need to reinforce? 55,000? Okay. The away team find their way blocked by a massive bulkhead. The team report that there's a recessed alcove to their right, housing a pedestal and a contraption wrought in the same black metal as the fortress itself. They believe this device is the key to opening the bulkhead. The leader of the explorers describes it as 3 upright poles spaced equidistant across the top of the pedestal, with 3 rings, metal tori, of varying sizes placed around the leftmost pole, the smallest at the top and the largest at the bottom. Now, if I recall correctly, I believe you rearrange the metal tori on the poles. But like I said, I cannot remember how this goes. After the course of action was announced, a moment of silence followed, then vague scraping noises as the team attempted to carry out their plan. A splashing sound, so loud that at first you think the team has been swatted like small insects, is followed by cheers from the team as they report that a passage has been opened. The bulkhead appears to have rapidly transformed into an unpleasant-smelling liquid reminiscent of purple quicksilver. Combined with the relatively mundane puzzle mechanism, you have the feeling the team has been the victims of an elaborate prank set up millennia ago. We can laugh about it now, at least. Indeed. So, the cache explorer is just chilling up there for now. That seems okay. Just wanted to check in on jobs real quickly there. We're almost done with these upgrades, and the first contract enforcement fleet is going to be arriving here in about 40 days. Cool. So that looks good. We're banking up alloys for right now, and I'm doing that deliberately. I'm deliberately trying not to spend alloys at this moment. We know we're going to need them on our other shipyards, but also we're going to want to get our Titan assembly yard in Nightbirth very soon. The team reports that they've reached what appears to be the geometric center of the fortress, even if the internal geometry leaves some doubt if the concept of a center is even relevant in there. What's indisputably relevant is how the fortress is powered, which makes the team's new discovery all the more interesting. Dark matter is funneled around the fortress and then back to the core like a cardiovascular system. Although the flow has stopped, the team has found signs that it's starting again. We can take all the time we want to study it, but it needs to be stopped now. So we can either supply dark matter or we can use force.
Situation log revised.
Let's try supplying dark matter. What could possibly go wrong? Or we could go do this black hole research over here. Right. Because if we go in here, we have the option to do home system research, supply dark matter, use force, or do black hole research. And we're going to try the black hole research. Let's see what happens there.
Ships upscaled.
Cool. So Nightbirth Station is very nearly upgraded to a citadel. I want to take the planned swarm to go upgrade. It'll take us some time to get back to Nightbirth. And we are going to immediately begin construction of a Titan assembly yard here. That will be the conclusion of the Nightbirth Station's construction. It'll be maxed out at that point. So that'll be fine. But that's still about 20 days out. Okay. These other stations are still working on their upgrades. Naval activity in Daglon, huh? We've received intelligence reports of significant fleet movements within the Great Prosnikan hierarchy. They seem to be centered on the Daglon system, suspiciously close to our border. What are the Prosnikans up to? We'll continue monitoring the situation. They are considered superior to us right now. This would be their fleet in question. But we're banked on alloys right now, and that's okay. Oh, wow, look at the price of alloys. 1.87. We're going to sell some stuff here. We're buying what alloys we can at this price. Cool. So that puts us up to 11.1k.
Upscaling complete.
Excellent. So in Nightbirth here, we're going to get a Titan assembly yard building. There we go. Phenomenal. They are running almost exclusively battleships and cruisers. They would lose pretty hard to our Corvette heavy fleets, I think. Migration treaty with the Republic of Hypnos, we absolutely agree to that. Looks good. We can activate a relic, the Omni Codex, if we want. Do we want to? The ship upkeep minus 20% is interesting, but I think we'll hold off on that.
Special project actualized.
Examining a black hole with our new knowledge of how dark matter is used in the ancient fortress, we've discovered that its builders must have learned many of the manipulation and funneling techniques from black holes. Seeing them outside of the strict system they created allowed the team of explorers to change connections around the core safely, stopping the repowering process. While this process alone has taught us much about the physics of black holes, it's nothing compared to the treasure that the now safely shut down fortress represents. So we get 5,000 research in each category, we get the enigmatic encoder and decoder, and that gives us a Leviathan parade opportunity. We can also, of course, take over this system, and we're going to need to survey that. These guys can head back to Nightbirth. Beautiful. So we got that done. I like it. The cache compose is needing orders, and for now it's going to go work in Dongar. It's still got a little ways to go here. I'd like to get more rare crystals in. We just spent all of our money on banking alloys. And I'd kind of like to keep doing that, to be honest. The price of alloys is still very cheap, so that's not bad. Not bad at all. We're still working on some upgrades here. Those will be finished very soon, though. And yeah, our fleet strength is much better. We do need to resupply our fleets, though. It'll take some time to get that ready to go. So this Star Fortress is 600 days out. Titan Assembly Yard is 600 days out.
Ships
Are we expecting
upscaled.
any additional major expenditures? And do we really need this one in Everham? I'm not convinced that we do. I'm going to get rid of that. We're going to just do these two. And then that will allow us to queue up one in Lingle, one in the LR9 Singularity, and then we just need 63 rare crystals. I'm going to buy in 100 of them, and we're going to get this queued up in Viscaran's Maw. So now are we
Research
expecting
actualized.
any additional major alloy expenditures? Well, we can create a science nexus, so that's a theoretical possibility. I think for now, we're going to do proton launchers. Get those done. Metallurgist output is finishing up in the next month's tick, but I think that we should probably hit this reinforced fleet button. Beautiful. So we have a lot queued up there, right?
Research actualized.
Quite a lot, in fact. There's metallurgist output. Beautiful. And from here, what are we going to go for? Mega cannons? Habitats? Habitats are actually quite good. Let's grab habitats just in case. There's also this arid world in Zoltan, which is going to be helpful for us. But our major alloy expenditures are now mostly done. Mostly. No fleets are in need of reinforcements. I don't think that's true, to be clear. Oh, we're out of volatile motes again. We should definitely work on that. There we go. That'll keep us going for a little bit. And how are we doing on jobs? We've got this industrial world here. I'm going to put in a city district to get us a building slot. Yes, we're going to get a building slot from this, but let's get a second one. We have this tech world here, which does have an open building slot. It's a tech world. I think we need to put in a research lab. This has... We really should put in a city district here. On this mining world, this one is good to go. So we're going to move this guy over to, say, Maradetta Prime. And then we'll do the same thing over here. We can move you over to... It doesn't really matter where we send you. Vinjim? Cool. So Vinjim has 2 empty jobs at this point. Looking at what we've got here, I mean... We could theoretically put in a Ministry of Production here. That does eat up a bunch of our volatile motes, which is understood. Okay, something along the lines of that. We really do need to be producing more volatile
market
motes.
survey
There's
complete.
no doubt about that. Zoltan has now been surveyed. We're going to head over here and assist research. Beautiful. Once we're done in Viscaran's Maw, then we're going to head down to Zoltan and build a starbase. Okay. So this guy will be busy for a few years. This guy will be busy for about another year and a half. Oh, did we not actually build the one in Lyrum? We didn't actually build the one in Lyrum. That one got canceled accidentally. Okay, let's get that queued. So that'll be busy for a couple of years as well. Noted. Surpassing the enigmatic fortress opportunity. No, go ahead and encourage it. That will cost us a little bit of energy credit upkeep, but that's fine. Let's get that done. This agro world requires a job, and I'm going to put in a city district. I want more building slots. We need building slots more than anything right now, because we need to get volatile mote production up. That's going to cost us at least 7 building slots to bring that around. After defeating the enigmatic fortress, a section of it was floating in space, so we decided to bring it to Nightburst to be a part of our parade. Several Maloqui have gone missing inside the depths of the chamber from the fortress. Ever since it arrived on Entropy's Promise, we've had team members exploring it daily, yet something inside the structure shifted earlier today. Doors folded in on themselves, leaving only sheer walls for our agents to rail against. We can still communicate with the trapped Maloqui, but we have no clear idea of getting them out without damaging the structure. It seems that the enigmatic fortress had one last secret. So we could reduce the amount of unity, we can lose a pop, or we can lose a pop and the situation will recede by -20. Uh-huh. Well, we'll just reduce the amount of unity. I don't want to lose a pop. That seems okay. Tiamat Prime can get an upgrade to its system capital complex, which we would be delighted to do. And how are these stations doing at this point? 70%, 82, and 82? Okay, that's definitely making good progress there. Our Titan Assembly Yard is now at 57%. And we're going to continue pumping ships out here. So the first contract enforcement fleet is almost done. The second contract enforcement fleet is this going to finish it? Yes, I think it will. It's now done. The Lesser Messenger has a lot of ships queued up. It's not... Well, actually, I think it is minus the Titan. And then we're working on the Vigilant Swarm. Okay, so we're definitely making good progress through this. We need about 37,000 additional alloys, but I just looked at the clock and realized it's been time to put a cut in here for a while. I got a little bit engrossed in this one. Okay, you can leave your offerings to the engagement gods in the form of likes, comments, subscribes, and bell ringings, and a very special thank you to all of the channel members for making this video possible, including ALS Gamer, James, Shadowwolf, Mlohan80, Rogue Corvid, Kentogan, Andy Magar, Spartan News, Nick Smarty, Dimitri H, Punching the Microphone, Soccerman12 UK, and all the rest. And of course, you. Thank you for watching. If you'd like to support the channel, you can click the join button down below the video, and as always, I will see you all next time.